Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we set our sights on one of the Dominion's most brilliant minds, Isaac, the legendary genius boy of progress. He may not wield raw brute force like a frontline warrior, but what he brings to the battlefield is just as dangerous: intelligence, precision, and the kind of tech mastery that can completely change the tempo of a fight. With his drones, his shields, and his electrifying inventions, Isaac doesn't just deal damage, he amplifies allies, protects them, and punishes enemies who rely too much on magic or brute armor. So today, we'll break down everything you need to know about Isaac, his skills, his builds, his artifacts and skins, and of course, the best ways to counter him. By the end, you'll see exactly why he's one of the most versatile marksmen in Hero Wars Alliance. Let's start with the heart of Isaac's kit, his skills. His first ability is Tes'Lin's Overdrive. When Isaac activates this, Tes'Lin, his trusty machine, releases a burst of electricity that arcs forward, dealing physical damage to all enemies in range. What's important here is that the damage is area-based, and it scales directly with Isaac's physical attack. That means the stronger you build his attack, the more punishing this becomes. But there's more: with every activation, Isaac's team also gains a bonus to magic defense. And that turns Tes'Lin's Overdrive into a nightmare for magic-heavy teams. Not only are you frying their health bars, but you're also raising a wall of resistance that keeps your own team safe. Against enemies like Orion, Zesha, or Celeste, this skill alone can turn the tide of battle. Next, we have Observer Drones. This is where Isaac's genius really shines, because he's not just fighting for himself, he's boosting everyone around him. When he launches his drones, he increases his allies' physical attack for 8 seconds. That's already a strong buff, but there's more. If those allies are engineers, they also gain armor penetration, which is absolutely devastating. Think about this for a second: heroes like Ginger, Astrid, and Lucas, Daredevil, Fox, or even Lara Croft, all progress marksmen, suddenly cutting through armor like it's paper. Or pair him with Fafnir, whose runic skills scale with physical attack, and suddenly Isaac's drones are fueling not just damage but also team protection. Observer drones are the engine that makes entire progress squads feel unstoppable. Then comes shield drones. Isaac launches protective drones that cast shields over him and the allies ahead of him. These shields don't just block physical damage, they also absorb magic. And if that wasn't enough, when engineers are under this protection, they get healed as well. This is where Isaac's synergy with Julius and Judge really comes alive. Picture a frontline layered in shields from Julius, reinforced by Judge, and then amplified by Isaac's drones. What you get is not just defense, but regeneration. A line that refuses to break while applying constant pressure on the enemy. Against burst compositions, shield drones are priceless. Finally, Isaac's fourth skill, High Voltage Module. This one is unique, because it actually scales with his magic attack stat instead of physical. When triggered, Tes'Lin's Overdrive knocks back all enemies, reducing their armor for 5 seconds. And the closest enemy, they get knocked back twice. On its own, the magic attack scaling can seem odd since Isaac isn't built for magic, but this opens the door for synergy. Nebula, with her equilibrium skill, can feed Isaac massive boosts of both physical and magic attack at once. Suddenly, High Voltage Module doesn't just push enemies back, it strips their armor wide open, leaving them exposed to follow-up strikes. It's disruption, it's weakening, and it adds another layer of utility to Isaac's already stacked kit. So that's his skill set: control, buffs, shields, and armor shredding. But how do you build him to maximize all of this? Let's go step by step. When it comes to rank items, Isaac thrives on physical attack and armor penetration. Items like the siege crossbow, the governor, and Moriner's glaive at violet rank give him exactly what he needs. Push into orange and you'll want to prioritize Grobulga's poleaxe, Ruler's globus, and Unity of Extremes. These keep his attack scaling, his penetration sharp, and his role as a midline marksman locked in. Orange +3 or +4 is the sweet spot for a strong mid-game Isaac that's already dangerous, and from there, every upgrade just makes him harder to stop. Now let's look at skins. Isaac currently has 6, default, physical attack, armor, health, crit chance plus version, and armor penetration. The first priority. Critical hit chance plus skin. Isaac is a marksman, and crit chance turns his hits from good to deadly. Doubling damage output through crits is exactly how you make him shine. After that, go for physical attack, scaling his skills and his basic strikes. Third, grab armor penetration, because without it, his damage stalls against high defense tanks. Once you've covered offense, move to defense, the health skin to give him endurance, then the default skin for balanced stats and a small armor bump. Finally, the armor skin, which is nice against heavy physical damage but less impactful since agility already gives him decent armor naturally. If Isaac ever receives another crit chance or physical attack skin, that immediately becomes your top priority. Moving on to glyphs. Isaac's 5 glyphs are physical attack, health, magic defense, armor, and agility. Start with health. Survival comes first, no Isaac, no buffs, no shields, no victory. Second, push physical attack to strengthen his drones, Tes'Lin's Overdrive, and basic output. Third, invest in magic defense so he can withstand heavy spellcasters early. Fourth, boost armor, because balance between physical and magical resilience is key. And lastly, agility, which scales naturally for him, but has the least immediate impact compared to the others. Keep glyphs at level 40 unless you're going deep into class glyph progression. Next are artifacts. His weapon artifact, when he uses Tes'Lin's Overdrive, grants the whole team bonus magic defense. His book increases armor penetration and physical attack, and his ring boosts agility. The order of priority here is clear, the book artifact first, because it directly amplifies his damage and makes his buffs lethal. Second, the weapon artifact, because sharing magic defense across the team is game-changing against mage-heavy opponents. Third, the ring, which is valuable but less critical compared to the other two. For Gift of the Elements, max agility and physical attack. These stats fuel both his survivability and his offensive kit, making him resilient while dangerous. When it comes to talismans, Isaac has 2 excellent options. The first boosts agility and physical attack, the second offers toughness and crushing. Both are non-VIP, and easier to access compared to some other heroes' talismans, and both are highly effective. The first leans into his offensive scaling, while the second makes him a tankier midliner that can survive through long fights. Even with none, Isaac still performs, but talismans truly elevate him into elite form. Now, what about counters? Isaac is tricky. He doesn't have a perfect hard counter, but there are heroes who punish his mechanics. Orion can outpace him with O damage, slows, and stuns, crippling Isaac's setup. Heidi turns his shields against him. Every time Isaac absorbs damage with drones, Heidi's toxins punish the protected heroes. And Oya is a natural bane to shield-heavy teams. Her ability to break through shields quickly makes Isaac's biggest strength into a vulnerability. And when Isaac runs in his iconic progress lineups with Julius, Judge, Nebula, Sebastian, or Ginger, the answer is to bring overwhelming synergy of your own. Teams like Aurora, Mushy, and Shroom, Alvanna, Mojo, and Orion, or Luther, Nebula, Soleil, Iris, and Helios can dismantle him. Aurora with her dodge and reflect, Mushy and Alvanna for scaling power, Iris piercing defenses, and Helios punishing crits. These combinations cut straight through progress defenses. Guardians, Isaac is the perfect example of a hero whose value doesn't always show on the scoreboard. He may not top damage charts, but his shields, buffs, and debuffs create opportunities for his team to dominate. He's not just a marksman, he's the conductor of an orchestra, directing drones, protecting allies, and frying foes who underestimate him. Build him right, pair him with progress allies or strong physical damage dealers, and Isaac becomes the genius who turns battles in your favor. So now it's your turn. Do you play Isaac? Have you seen how devastating he can be in progress teams, or do you struggle against him more as an opponent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I want to hear your stories and strategies. If this guide helped you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Olympus Alliance, and ring the bell so you never miss another breakdown. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.